Hello friends, throughout the country the news of coal shortage is coming in. Because of the coal shortage we may have to face an electricity crisis. The Andhra Pradesh government has advised the people to avoid using ACs after 6 pm, whereas states like Rajasthan and Punjab have started having scheduled power cut. In some area of Bihar and Jharkhand there are already power cuts of 5 to 6 hours. What is the exact reason behind the coal shortage and what can be the solution? Well, let's just try to understand in today's video. Delhi's Power Minister Satyendar Jain has said that if there is no coal supply, then Delhi will have a blackout after 2 days. Delhi joined a long queue of states including Tamil Nadu, Odisha that have raised concern over the long power cuts due to shortage of coal. Interestingly, it's not only happening in India. Across the world, other countries are also facing similar energy crisis. Few days ago, Lebanon has gone through a total blackout due to a fuel shortage, whereas about a month ago, Europe was also going through similar energy crisis. In fact, 13-year-old record high price of coal was achieved in recent days. On the other hand, China's social media was circulating a news where people got stuck in a lift because of power cut. Some people were not getting a proper water supply, and in many schools and home people had to face power cuts. Many factories were shut down. Why was there a power shortage in China? Well, there are two main reasons for it. First, Chinese government stopped coal import from Australia because Australia has demanded an investigation into China about the novel coronavirus coming from the country. Since the Chinese government didn't like that, they said that they would stop the deal with Australia and they will not buy coal from Australia anymore. Thus, there was a coal shortage in China. Second reason is that Chinese government is aggressively pushing for climate reform. Chinese government is trying to reduce their dependency on coal and switch to a renewable energy as soon as possible. That's why the factories were pressured to meet their climate goal. However, coal shortage was so severe that the government was forced to increase production in the coal mine 3-4 days ago. Again, the principle of basic economy states that if the supply of a product is low and the demand is high, its price will go up. Coming to India, it's important to mention here that China and India are the largest and second largest producer of coal. At the same time, they are also the largest consumer of coal across the world. Not only this, they are also the largest importers of coal across all countries. Their consumption is so high that despite being the largest producer, they have to import coal from other countries. I'm sure you will be wondering by now that what is happening across the world, why there is suddenly a lot of news around the coal shortage and energy crisis. Let me solve this for you. This is Satyendar from Breaking Codes. How is electricity generated from coal? The process of generating electricity from coal is one of the oldest methods of electricity production. Firstly, coal is mined from the ground and transported to the power plant. In most circumstances, it is finally grounded, turning it into powder that burns better and then burned in a furnace. The heat from the furnace heats water, generating steam that is used to turn the turbines which generate the electricity. This electricity is then transmitted and distributed to your homes that supply your bulb, your computer and other electronic equipments. Well, it's time now to look deeper into our power sector statistics. Installed generation capacity as per sector is distributed into 3 parts, where central is 25.2%, state 26.8%, where private sector acquires 48.1%. Similarly, if we look the graph for installed generation capacity fuel-wise, we can see that 60.4% of our generation capacity comes from fossil fuel, where non-fossil fuel contributes 37.9% and nuclear-based capacity is only 1.7%. Also, if we look slightly deeper into 3 categories of our generation electricity, we'll come to know that fossil fuel further breaks down into coal, that is 52.3%, gas 6.5%, lignite 1.7% and diesel is only 0.10%. Non-fossil fuel of 37.9 is further distributed into solar or wind as 25.9% and hydro as 12%. It's time now for us to look the monthly coal statistic for the month of September 21. Last 3 years of data shows us that coal production in India has increased from 39.48 million ton to 51.70 million ton in the month of September. Well, this is a huge and remarkable improvement. At the same time, if we see the right top graph, we can see that year on year coal dispatch in the month of September has increased from 44.36 million to 59.80 million. Again, there is a huge improvement we can see in the last 3 years in terms of coal dispatchments. Now, if we see the coal dispatchment in the month of September by sector, we can certainly see that for power sector, the increased dispatchment is from 36.53 million to 50.55 million. These all data points clearly shows and validate that coal production, dispatchment and supply to our power sector has improved in last 3 years. Where a lot of effort has been put in by the government, we really want to appreciate all the individuals who are associated with the coal production, dispatchment and management. If we now look the top 35 coal mine production in the month of September, we have 7 mines who have produced more than 100% of their capacity. Rest of the mines are having a lot of opportunity and government should analyze and improve their efficiency. Similarly, the movement of racks for overall sector or for power sector also shows that for the month of September, a lot of opportunity was there and government should analyze and see the production as well as the distribution can be made efficiently. It's time now for us to know what are the reasons for the coal shortage in India. First, because of the last year's lockdown, the Indian economy was a standstill and the power demand was reduced due to it. In 2021, the lockdown was withdrawn and the economy is reviving again. Certainly, the demand also increased. The demand for electricity increased such a way that in the first 8 months of 2021, it increased by 13.2%. In our country, even today, about 70% of the electricity is generated by coal. Thus, increasing demand of the electricity in turn says demand of the coal would also increase. Second reason parallel to increase in demand is the supply has decreased. The international prices of coal are increasing. Because of what's happening in Europe and China and because the international prices of coal are increasing, India has reduced its import. In August-September, the import of India was 30% lower than the average of the preceding 7 months. If we compare August 21 with August 2020, then India has imported 42% lesser coal. Third reason, since the import of the country was falling, the production in the country should have been increased to compensate for it. However, it was not so. Instead, it's reversed. The coal being produced within the country, its production had also decreased. Because the monsoon season was particularly bad this year and because of it flooding and waterlogging was seen in many of the coal mines. Not only the coal mine but the transportation of the coal also suffered. The Ministry of Power had issued a statement that some of the states didn't have sufficient coal stocks with them before the onset of the monsoon. As by now we know the reasons for the coal shortage in India, it's time for us to know what's a way ahead. India may have to increase the coal import to bridge the gap between demand and supply, but that may come at a huge financial cost because global coal prices have been going up. Thus, we can say that the impact of coal crisis in India could be tremendous. It could come in terms of delays in our economical reopening, production downscale of companies, high rises in prices of all the items, and the minimal or even no electricity in most of the area. The good news is that for some years now, India has taken giant steps especially towards solar energy. 2 months ago, on 12th August 2021, the Union Ministry of Renewable Energy had announced that country had crossed a new milestone of 100 gigawatts renewable energy capacity. This was the target for 2022 and India achieved it in advance, which is a good news. Apart from it, another solution is that government has increased their focus on small and mid-sized organizations. What is your opinion here? Tell me in the comment below, and I hope you found this video informative as always. Let's meet in our next video. Thank you very much. This is Satyendar Kaushal from channel Breaking Code. Do subscribe the channel and share with your friends and colleagues.